As a part of our Make Science Simple, it is series 2. So we are going to learn some few words and how to learn that and make it very simple in learning process. The first one, bio. So the bio in Greek word stands for life. So any scientific word which starts with bio that clearly indicates that it is going to deal with the living organism or life. So example, biosis is a mode of life, and any word which has cis in it, any scientific word has cis in it, that clearly indicates it is a long process. It is a long process. So bio means living organism, cis means long process. So logy means we already seen that it is study. So biology, if you say biology, that is nothing but study of living organism and their interaction with the environment. So the first word of today's series 2, what we learn is bio. Now we will see some few examples of scientific words starts with bio, right? Bioavailability. Suppose if I am giving a medicine for a person suffering from heart problem, I will come to know that how much drug enter into his body? I have to take the blood sample because I can't get access to the heart or I can't pick heart and find out what is the amount. Instead of that, I have to take in his blood sample how much amount of drug is available, right? Whether if the drug is taken orally or whether the drug is taken inhaled or whether the drug is taken in injection or whether the drug is taken in topical route or whether the drug taken in IV, we are going to find out the amount of distribution only in the blood. That's why it is called as bioavailability. So what is meant by bioavailability? The amount of drug available in the blood after consuming that particular drug or after injecting the particular drug into the patient body. So this is the first word we are learning on bio. The second word is biotherapy. So biotherapist, what actually they do? They help us to move our body function. Generally, they help us to move our body function. In science, kind stands for movement. In science, any scientific word is having kind, then it is called as movement. So biokinetic is the movement or application of movement in the body in the form of therapy. If it is in the form of therapy, we call it as biotherapy, physiotherapy, or if it is in the form of movement, we call it as biokinetics. The next word what we are going to learn is biosphere. So this biosphere is nothing but removal of a part, a particular part. Suppose if the patient is suffering from breast cancer, what the doctor will do, they will take a small injection and they remove a small part of the breast, a small cell, and they will check under the microscopy about the nature of the cancer, how much it is spreaded and what it is. So that is called as biopsy, right? So in biopsy, what they are doing, they are removing the sample of tissue and then they are examining it through proper lab facility. So generally we used to find out in case of identification of cancer. The next word what we are going to learn today is patho. So generally patho means disease. Generally any scientific word having patho is nothing but disease. And if you are saying pathogen, then it is nothing but gen stands for generator or producer. So now when you say pathogen, that clearly says that something that produces the disease, that is microorganism that producing the disease is called as pathogen. Example, bacteria, virus and fungi. Then the next word in patho is pathophysiology. So how many words are here? There are three words. The first one is patho, that is disease, physio, that is function, and logy is the studying. So if the person get a particular disease, what are all the functional changes will happen in the person body? If you study about that, then it is called as pathophysiology. The next word what we are going to study is cytopathogenic. Cyto means we know already cell. Patho means disease. Genic means producer. So any changes happen in the cell or any disease condition occurred in the cell, and if you are studying that particular thing, then it is called as cytopathogenic. Example, cancer. And the last word in category of patho is histopathology. We know that histo is nothing but tissue, and patho again disease, logy means study. So by taking a part of diseased tissue, and if you are studying under the microscope, then it is called as histopathology. I hope you understood what is patho and what are all those different scientific word a medical representative should know. I think you understood that. Next, we are going to study about bacteria. So why we are connecting patho with bacteria? Just now I told that pathogen is someone who is producing the disease. The best example is bacteria. Bacteria are a single cell microorganism which is responsible for causing many disease and disorder. They are generally classified based on the structure, need of oxygen, pH, protein content, and which is there in the outer surface of the bacteria. Here few example of the bacteria I provided. Suppose if it is like, if you are getting it is in cardiovascular disease, it may be because of Campylobacteria rectus, and if it is in the surface of the skin, it may be because of Staphylococcus aureus. So different bacteria involved in different disease in the human body. So based on oxygen, how it is classified? If the bacteria need oxygen to live, then it is called as aerobes. And if the bacteria need carbon dioxide to live, then it is called as anaerobes. So the aerobes can be killed by carbon dioxide and anaerobes can be killed by oxygen. There are some people are called as facultative anaerobes, like a teacher. Teacher very well knows that how the student can copy in the examination because they also came from student life. So like that, facultative anaerobes are nothing but which can able to live with oxygen as well as without oxygen. So another one is aerotolerant anaerobes. They are not affected by even the oxygen level, whether it is high or low, they can able to survive. So this is the classification based on oxygen. The next classification based on bacteria's protein is gram positive and gram negative. So you can see the violet color, right? This is a protein. This protein is more, then it is called as gram positive. And if the protein is less and if the lipid is more, then it is called as gram negative. So this is a major classification of bacteria: gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacteria. Other type of classification also I provided here, how like aerobic bacteria, atypical bacteria, all those examples are provided, right? Generally, gram positive bacteria can be easily killed because it is made up of protein, whereas gram negative bacteria can't be killed easily because the outer surface is made up of lipids. And generally, gram positive bacteria occupy the outer surface of the body, and gram negative bacteria occupies inside. So the bacteria which is going inside your body are generally gram negative bacteria. So how to memorize the name of some bacteria? So the bacteria is generally named based on three content only. What is that? How they are arranged, what is the shape, and what is the location of infection. Suppose the arrangement is two type. One is Staphylo and another one is Strepto. Staphylo means random arrangement. Strepto means uniform arrangement. That's all. Shape, there are five different shape, but generally you should know at least three basic shape. That is coccus, that is spherical in shape, bacillus, that is cylinder in shape, and coccobacilli, that is obese in shape. And location of infection, where it is producing the infection. Suppose if the bacteria is producing infection in my epidermis layer, then the name of the bacteria is staphylococcus epidermis. And if the bacteria is available outside the air, then the name of the bacteria is staphylococcus aureus. And if this bacteria is producing effect inside my body, right, then it is called a streptococcus pneumonia. And if it causes meningitis, then it is called as Neisseria meningitis. So these are a simple way. Memorizing bacteria name is not a difficult task. You should know only these three things. That is how it is arranged, what is the shape, and where it is producing the infection. Next, we are going to study about flora. What is flora? Generally, floras are good bacteria. We otherwise called as probiotic. They help in digestive system. They help in the immune support, and they help in the balancing the gut. That is our intestine. That is particularly large intestine and small intestine, and it gives them mental health connections. Right. The very few example are lactobacillus or bifidobacterium. Or otherwise, I can say flora has three major roles. The first role is it kills the bad bacteria. Flora, what they will do? They will kill the bad bacteria. The second important role is flora digest the undigested food. Flora, what they will do? They will digest the undigested food. Third, good bacteria, that is flora, maintain water level in our large intestine. So, if you are eating too much of outside food and there is a growth of large amount of bad bacteria, you will get a disease called as diarrhea. Why it happen? Because good bacteria is less, bad bacteria is more. So during this condition, what you have to do? You have to take large amount of probiotic. What is the general probiotic available in our home? That curd, buttermilk, dahi, all these things you have to take so that the bacterial level will be maintained. Good bacteria will be more and bad bacteria will be less, and you will come out from the diarrhea. Here some example I provided. Bifidobacterium looks like this way, and E. coli looks like this way, and lactobacillus look like this way. See, the name of the bacteria remains same, only the work will differ. If they do good work, then it is called as good bacteria, and if it do bad work, then it is called as bad bacteria. Otherwise, you can keep this way also. If it remain in the large intestine, they are called as good bacteria. And if it is remain in your mouth, esophagus, stomach, and small intestine, they are generally bad bacteria. So this way also you can keep a memory, right? So generally where the good bacteria will be available, it will be available in the large intestine. Next, biotic. That is, we are having three biotics. One is prebiotic, probiotic, symbiotic. Prebiotic is nothing but food. It is the food needed for the growth of bacteria. I gave some example on, see here, onion, apple, wheat greens. These are the good things, garlics, leeks. They are needed for the growth of bacteria. For which type of bacteria? Good bacteria. And probiotics are the milk, that is yogurt, curd, buttermilk, and all those things comes under probiotic, where you are getting more amount of good bacteria. Then what is mean by symbiotic? Symbiotic is nothing but a combination of prebiotic and probiotic. That means in the lab, in a lab, biological lab, we prepare this symbiotic by making a combination of prebiotic and probiotic. So that is called as symbiotic. So today we seen about basically what is biology, what is physiology, and what is bacteria, and what is um, flora, and also we seen about what are biotics, that is prebiotic, probiotic, and symbiotic. Right? Thank you very much. Please follow, subscribe the channel, and if you have any doubt, you can call me at any time or send message to me. And also you can subscribe the YouTube channel for your more input regarding the science. So all the best for young scientists as well as medical representative.